This week we're talking about third-person imperatives. Now, based on the demographic information from YouTube, I suspect that a lot of people who watch these videos are of a similar vintage to myself. So in case you've forgotten the persons, when I speak to you, I am first person, you are second person. If I speak to you about someone else, that someone else is third person. Today we're talking about third person imperatives. So what are imperatives? Imperatives are fundamentally commands. There's no such thing as a first person imperative because it's difficult to give a command to yourself. If you try to do so, what you're going to do is you're going to treat yourself like a second person and talk to yourself as though this other you is a second person. So second person imperatives, an example would be, if you want to understand better, study Greek. Study is the imperative, study Greek is the imperatival phrase, and it's the same whether it's you singular or you plural. Then we get to our third person imperative. If anyone wants to understand better, let him or her study Greek in the singular, or let them study Greek in the plural. Now, I said there's no first person imperative, and that's true, but there is a way to exhort a group that you are a part of in the first person to do something, and that's called a hortatory subjunctive. Let us study Greek. But as for now, let us get back to third person imperatives. So we're going to look at a passage in 1 Peter chapter 3, verses 10 through 12, where he paraphrases either Psalm 33 or 34, depending on the Psalter that you're looking at. And it's interesting that in the Septuagint, the imperatives that we're about to look at are not imperatives, but are participles. For some reason, Peter and or his scribe decided to change the participles into imperatives to communicate his message in a particular way. So let's dive in. 1 Peter 3, verse 10. Whoever desires to love life and to see good days, let him keep his tongue from evil and his lips from speaking deceit. So the first part in Koine, hogar thelon, zoein agapon, kai idein hemeras agathas. So hogar thelon, this is, gar is for, ho thelon is the one desiring, or the one who desires. Thelon is a participle with the article ho in front of it. The one who desires. Desires what? Agapon, this is an infinitive, to love, zoein, life. The one who desires to love life, kai idein, and to see, hemeras agathos, good days, literally days good. So the one who desires to love life and to see good days. Now we get to our first imperative. Pausato tein glosan, apokaku, kai kele tu me lelesai dalon. So pausato, our imperative. Let him or her restrain the tongue, apo, to gloson, the tongue, apokaku, from evil, and then the lips from speaking deceit. So the imperative applies to two things. We're told that the person who wants to love life and to see good days, first and foremost has to do this thing: restrain the tongue from evil and the lips from speaking deceit. Now we move on to verse 11. Verse 11 says, let him turn away from evil and do good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. So we're going to look at the first half of that in Greek, and then we'll switch to another slide to see the second part. So, eklenato de auto kaku kai poiesato agathon. So eklenato is our second third person imperative, and it is let him turn away, let him turn from. Turn from what? Apokaku, from evil, just like we had in the previous one. Kai poiesato, and let him do agathon, good. So it's kind of the flip side of the same coin, isn't it? Right? If you're this person, this theoretical person who desires to love life and to see good days has to restrain his tongue and his lips from evil and from speaking deceit, and also has to turn away from evil and do good, proactively do good stuff. Let's go on and take a look at our last two imperatives. Let him seek peace and pursue it. Zetesato erenein kai dioxato autein. So zetesato, let him seek erenein, peace, kai dioxato, and let him pursue autein, it. So here, the seeking and the pursuing are both of the same object, peace. Let him not just look for peace, but let him also pursue it as to obtain it, attain it, get it into his grasp, make it his own. Let him get after peace. Don't just look for where it is, pursue it to make it a part of your own experience. So there are our 5 third-person imperatives. We'll come back to them in just a moment. Let's read verse 12. For the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their prayer, but the face of the Lord is against those who do evil. So we know that Peter's quote from the psalm is to give instruction to hothelon zoein agapon, the one who desires or wishes or wants to love life. And that person is someone who is also looking to see good days. Then our man Peter has changed the participles from the psalm into these third-person imperatives, and he's done it in the aorist tense. All 5 of the imperatives are in the aorist tense. So what? Why does that matter? If they were in the present tense, he would be saying, continue restraining your tongue, continue seeking peace, continue doing good, but he's not. These are aorist imperatives that are telling the hearer or the reader to start doing something. So if you're a person who desires to love life and to see good days, the way to approach that, if you want to up the likelihood of that, you need to start doing 5 things, says Peter. The 5 things are, let him restrain his tongue and his lips from evil and deceit. Let him turn away from evil. Let him do good. Let him seek peace, and let him pursue it. All 5 aorist imperatives in the third person. That such a person who desires to love life and to see good days better start doing these 5 things. Great stuff. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave me some feedback in the comments. Share the video with friends, social media, all that good stuff. And until next time, Charis Kairene Humin, grace and peace to you.